Keep yourself in the loop of everything football on the Golden State Media Concepts Football Podcast. The latest news on and off the field, be it college football, Big Ten, SEC, Big 12, Pac-12, ACC to the NFL. We've got you covered. Listen to the Golden State Media Concepts Football Podcast.
Welcome, everyone, to the GSMC Football Podcast, brought to you by the GSMC Podcast Network. I'm your host, Jeff Malinoff. With me is Mark Souza, as always. We got Week 16 matchups to talk about. We got coaches in the hot seat to talk about. But let's start off with Week 16 matchups. We got games on Saturday and Sunday, and a lot of them have a lot riding on them.
There are a lot of games with playoff implications this week, which makes it fun. I think there's maybe 2 or 3, maybe a couple more than that, but not too many that are, have both teams involved that really don't have a shot or playing for anything.
I know this game is on Saturday, but I just got an update on my telephone, and Odell Beckham Jr. is out versus the Colts.
He is out. That's on. Okay, they play on Sunday. Yeah.
That's a major advantage for the Colts.
That is. Doesn't it seem weird that they just haven't shut him down? He has a weird groin injury who he had to go see a specialist for. They don't have anything to play for.
Weird groin injury sounds like worse. I know what you mean, but it just sounds
Get your head out of the gutter, Jeff.
No, it's going to stay in there forever.
Yeah, I bet. Yeah, you know what I mean, though, right?
Yeah.
Why are they messing around? Why would you mess about with a freaking groin injury, when it's your star receiver? That could be potentially turn out to be something minor and go into something major,
Oh,
for meaningless football
he can easily tear his groin.
Yeah, and wouldn't that be a disaster? I mean, the Giants have enough problems. They don't need Odell Beckham not being on the team next year. That's what they definitely don't need.
Yeah, but they always, when they have talented players, they always push them to the brink. That's been their MO for years, though.
All right, so you want to jump into those Saturday games, man?
Sure, let's start.
So we'll talk about. Do we tell the listeners what we'll be talking about today? We'll be talking about Week 16 and Vance Joseph. We have heard the rumors. We have heard the rumors.
Yes. But we'll get on Vance Joseph in the later segment. But we'll talk about Week 16 right away. We got Redskins and Titans tomorrow at 1:30 Pacific time. Both these teams can still fight for a playoff spot. Both are on the outside looking in. And right now, I think the advantage goes to a team that has their quarterback, Marcus Mariota, against Josh Johnson, who has only started one game.
That's your boy, right? Josh Johnson?
Hey, he played well.
Mm-hmm.
He won a game, so can't really take that away from him.
Mm-hmm.
I believe that was his first win, right?
He did win a football game. This is his first one ever, right?
I'm pretty sure.
Which is crazy. Isn't it funny to be a 32-year-old quarterback and then you're not even on the team?
Look at Kerry Collins. How long was he on the bench for before he got a chance to start?
Yeah, but he played games before.
I know, but he
played for the Panthers for a number of years, right?
Did he? I mean, I remember him just be on the sideline for the Redskins for.
Didn't Kerry Collins beat the 49ers a bunch of times?
He probably did. I don't know.
Mm-hmm. Back when, because he played for 17 years, so he played back 95 to 98. Yeah, that's right. 2-time Pro Bowler Kerry Collins, once in 1996. Interesting.
And he played in 2009 also. So
yeah.
Think about that for a second.
He made the Pro Bowl in 96 and then in 2008. How funny is that?
That's probably the longest.
Is that a record?
In between Pro Bowls? Probably.
That might be a record.
I wouldn't be surprised if it was.
You almost think that if it wasn't a record, if somebody else had it, it would be a specialist, like a kicker or a punter or something,
Yeah, but Kerry Collins is special, that's for sure.
It's weird to say a quarterback did that, though. It's funny.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, well, he was backup for the probably, you could say just his entire career, basically, huh?
Mm-hmm.
So
yeah, I mean, he was a starter for a number of years, but yeah, once Eli took over, then he became a backup.
was he the? Oh, right, he was the starting quarterback for that Super Bowl team in 2000, wasn't he?
Mm-hmm.
I forgot. A lot of people don't remember that they actually blew out the team they played in the AFC title game. I think it was like the Raiders, like 34-0 or something like that. And then they go on to get absolutely dismantled in the Super Bowl.
Wasn't it like 40 to
Was it
7
40?
or?
No, that game
That was the Dilfer game, right?
Yeah,
the Dilfer Ravens.
I'm pretty sure that was 30-something to 7.
It was big.
The only time they scored a touchdown was a kick return.
Mm-hmm.
So it was not offense. It was the special teams.
Yeah. All right. Well, I like that little off topic that we went there. So Redskins, Titans. Who do you like? Who do you like in this game?
Well, I think one team's going to end up 1 yard short.
Oh, I see what you did there.
Yeah.
Which team will end up 1 yard short?
Well, I think that has to be the Giants because I'm picking the Titans to win this game.
The Titans are playing the Redskins.
Sorry. I totally just... we were on the
You made like a joke and then you screwed it all up.
We were we were talking about the Giants and I completely
That's right.
got mixed up. But
Eli Manning in the brain, you know?
Yeah, give me the Titans winning this game by a score of 27 to 10. 27 to 10.
Yeah, I think Titans got to win this game, right? I mean, look, the Redskins, yeah, sure, they won a game against Jacksonville last week in an ugly, ugly win. But that Titans defense is really good at stopping the run. I don't know if Adrian Peterson will do much in this game. If Josh Johnson has to win this game, I don't see it happening. I see the Titans winning 20-9. That's what I'm going with.
29, huh? So only 3 field goals?
And it's such a, like I get it. This game has playoff implications. Like, both these teams could make it. But, like, doesn't it feel like it's such a, like, preliminary to the night game on Saturday? It's just like a little appetizer. Like, it doesn't even matter, you know?
Yeah, but both teams could still make the playoffs.
They could, which is funny. But Ravens-Chargers, man, that's the game we got to talk about.
Yes, absolutely. I mean, that is the primetime game of Saturday.
Lamar Jackson, Phillip Rivers.
But, one team has probably arguably the best team in football in the Los Angeles Chargers. The other is the Baltimore Ravens.
Sounds like Keenan Allen and Melvin Gordon will play.
Mm-hmm.
That would be a big boost to the Chargers. We know how stingy that Ravens defense is.
Yeah, absolutely. And but the thing is with this Chargers team is there is something very special about them for sure. And honestly, I consider them the best team in football at the moment. And I have to give them the victory on this one.
Mm-hmm. What do you think score might be?
It's going to be a close one. So give me a 28-24 victory for Los Angeles.
So you're kind of, you have put $1 in the
I
jar.
didn't say the full name.
Mm-hmm.
Did you hear them say that on live television, San Diego? Not just Stephen A. Smith. Multiple guys did.
It still happens like every single day.
Can you blame them?
No, I can't.
No.
It's just second nature. It's like you grew up saying San Diego Chargers. Like, why would, it's still, even when I say Los Angeles Chargers, it's like hard to say. Like, it doesn't come naturally.
I have to think about it.
It's like the Los Angeles Chargers.
Right.
Yeah, Los Angeles. All right, so.
Still don't know why they moved.
So the Chargers are a 4-point favorite. You predict a 4-point win, so it seems like you're right along what people think. Yeah. I also think the Chargers win. I think it'll be a little bit more than 4 just because I don't see Lamar Jackson in that offense for the Ravens being able to score more than 17 points or so. I think Chargers win. They get a couple field goals to kind of, make the gap widen a little bit. 26-17 Los Angeles Chargers.
Yeah, you had to make sure you said Los Angeles on that one.
So what do we got next? What's on tap? I think we're going to the Northeast. The Northeast, yeah?
Yeah, you could call it that. What game are you discussing? Because there's a lot of games in the Northeast, actually.
The Patriots and the Buffalo Bills are...
Right.
Yeah, one of the early games on Sunday.
Yes, and it's...
Is this as cut and dry as you would expect? Like, is this a slam dunk Patriots win?
It's a 13.5-point favorite for the Patriots. I honestly read it at first when I first saw this. I thought it said 33.5. I'm like, this isn't college football. But it's 13.5, which to me makes sense because I know the Bills have a great defense, supposedly. I mean, their stats-wise. But 15 points per game speaks for itself. Yeah. Yeah, they're deficient in that area, I would say.
But what do you think about the Pats, man? Are you worried about their offense? Their offense has been like sputtering. Josh Gordon out for the rest of the year. We know about his off the field troubles. Like, we know that when the Bills and the Patriots played last time, and that was with the Derek Anderson Bills team, the game was really close. Mm-hmm. It was ugly. It was low scoring. This time it's to New England.
Keyword on that is Derek Anderson, who wasn't even playing football
I
at
know,
this time.
right? So Josh Allen's back. Do you think they increase their chances this time? Or
I still got the Patriots winning this.
All right, so it's a 13.5 point.
Give me a 10-point victory margin, 24-14.
Yeah, I'm on the same wavelength as you right here. So I think the Patriots will win. Look, they have to win this game to keep court, right? Like, they want to get home field advantage. Like, they don't want to fall behind. They don't want to fall behind Houston. They don't want to lose out. They want to make sure that they can still have a chance of getting a bye week in the playoffs and also home games, as many as they can. I see a 23-17 win, though, because I don't feel comfortable that the Patriots offense will score a ton of points. Don't forget the Bills defense is not bad. One of the better defenses, I would say, actually. I know that sounds weird. The Bills aren't good, but their defense, not bad.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, absolutely. Their defense is pretty underrated, all things considered. I think it's just because of the team itself.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. All right. So which game are we gonna move on to? Stay on the East Coast. Let's go. Falcons. Panthers.
Sure, we can go Falcons Panthers. The most unattractive game of the week.
You're not excited to see Taylor Heineke play quarterback against Matty Ice Matt Ryan?
Yeah, I'm not excited about this at all.
Don't you like the nickname Matty Ice though?
Yeah, but it doesn't really fit him.
Would it bother you if you were nicknamed like a cheap beer?
Yeah.
Like if somebody's nickname for you was a cheap beer.
I mean, I don't think that's what it actually meant.
Matty Ice, man.
I think it was
like Natty
Joe,
Ice.
It's like Joe Cool.
That's Natty Ice, though.
But it's supposed to be like a play on Joe Cool.
I get that, but I just think Natty Ice. Come on, we were in college once. You got to get a 30-pack for like $13, Natty Ice. Let's go. Let's do it. Rack them up.
Mm-hmm.
Anyways, what do you see happening in this game? Talk to me.
I see boringness.
You don't see Taylor Heineke lighting it up?
Just give me 24-14. Not 24-14. I lied. 20-13 Falcons.
Yeah, I think I don't know what to expect from this new quarterback. We've never seen him play. Do you think he'll go in there and Nathan Peterman this thing up, or do you think that he will, I don't know, Josh Johnson this thing up? We'll see. But Falcons 31-14. I think their offense is just too good. That Panthers defense can be beaten, even though they played a good game against the Saints. I like Julio in this game to have a big game. Maybe Calvin Ridley too. 31-14 Falcons. All right, let's go to Jerry's World. Should we go to Jerry's World?
Sure, we can go. We can go to the weirdest name for a stadium. It sounds like it's like a pickup line he would use for like a sex joke.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah.
So, let's discuss the Buccaneers and the Cowboys.
All right. Do we have to?
We do.
Well, the Cowboys came off a blowout loss, a legitimate shutout loss. Mm-hmm. I guess I could say to the Colts.
Worst loss for them, or the only time they've been shut out in 15 years. I would say that's a worse loss, but maybe they've been beat by more points in a different game. Yeah. So, are you calling upset this time, or do you think Cowboys will win at home?
I'll call upset on this one because coming off a shutout
you're not taking Jameis Winston, are you?
I'm taking the Buccaneers. Yes, I am.
Oh my God.
Yes. 23-20, last second field goal winner because the Buccaneers are like that.
Can you believe it? At Jeff Malinoff. Hit him up.
It's not that big of a deal.
The Instagrams, the Twitters, the snaps, hit them up.
Don't hit me on Snapchat. Don't. That's weird.
The Tinders.
What? I'm even
the
on
Bumbles.
Tinder. I'm not on Bumble either.
Plenty of fishes.
What are you talking about?
Yeah, hit him up on those avenues so you can hit him up there. But I'm not taking the Bucks. Are you out your mind, Jeff? Taking the Bucks?
Mm-hmm.
Cowboys need to win this game. What are the Bucks playing for?
Spoiler. A lot of teams like to play spoiler.
That's true. I agree with that. I like the Cowboys. 30-17. Ezekiel Elliott is going to run, and he is going to run like crazy because that Bucks defense, they're not going to be able to stop him. Nope, not at all. 150 yards total for him, probably 2 to 3 TDs. Cowboys win 30-17. Let's move on. How about we go to Indianapolis?
Yes, we can go to Indianapolis, a team that shut out the Cowboys.
I bet it's cold right now in Indianapolis. What do you think?
Well, they play in a dome.
I know,
so
but like
fine.
when we said like let's go there, like I don't know.
Yeah. Well, Giants and Colts. Giants themselves are coming off a shutout loss.
You just talked about some news with Odell.
Yes, Odell is out for this game, which puts a huge damper on this game, in my opinion.
Not actually that cold in Indianapolis right now. 39.
That's still cold to me.
It is. I hate the cold.
Yes, I do too.
It's too cold right now. It's 51 outside. Too cold.
Yeah.
So, all right. So, what do you think here? Colts pretty straightforward win, or do you see something weird happening? Maybe an upset.
Between the Giants and the Colts, I think I got to go with the Colts on this one. But it's not going to be a attractive game. But I will say 28-21.
28-21. Yeah, okay. I'm with you there. I have a similar score. I do like the Colts to win. I got them at 27-20. My reasoning is I think the Giants will make it an interesting game. Saquon Barkley, maybe he'll bust a big touchdown, maybe 1 or 2. But ultimately, Andrew Luck, he's too good. He's too good. This team's playing too well. Do you kind of think we're giving the Giants too much credit here to only predict a 7-point win by the Colts? Like, doesn't it feel like it could be a blowout?
Yeah, but Barkley. But
Barkley didn't do anything last game. He can be stopped, especially that Odell, right? Like, Odell hurts.
I don't know. I just feel like this is the first time he could bounce back. He already has over 1,100 yards rushing.
Be on the lookout for that rookie linebacker for the Colts, Darius Leonard, who was snubbed from the Pro Bowl. He said, I am going to get 40 tackles this game.
That is an exaggeration.
That would be a record.
They'll blow out whatever record was there in the
He's
first
like,
place.
I am going to get 40 tackles because they stunned me for the Pro because he has the most tackles in the NFL by 20 right now to the next player, and he was not happy about him being snubbed.
I wouldn't be either. You're rookie.
He has 7 sacks, too. Isn't that crazy? A middle linebacker has 7 sacks in addition to leading the league in tackles, and he can't make the Pro Bowl.
You're leading the league in tackles. You should get.
And the people that are near you in tackle numbers are not even close to you in sack numbers. Like his year is actually kind of amazing. No one's really talking about it. But yeah, Colts win. All right, let's go to the Battle of Florida. I don't know who would want to win Florida, but
I want to win Florida.
Yeah, one time the Spanish won Florida, but then they lost Florida.
What are you talking about?
Oh, back when the United States, after the Revolutionary War, and we started acquiring land.
This is a football podcast, not a
There was
history
this thing
podcast?
called the Louisiana Purchase. I don't know if you heard of the Louisiana.
Were you alive during this?
I was not. But back in my day.
Okay, random man that just walked into our podcast booth.
Oh, yeah, the Louisiana Purchase.
Okay, we got to call security.
All right. Get this man out of here.
I don't know. He looks a lot like Mark,
get your hands
too.
off me.
Okay, this is getting a little too meta.
All right. Let's talk about
were we talking about
Jacksonville,
again?
Miami.
Right, the battle for Florida, I guess.
The Louisiana Purchase.
The battle for the Louisiana Purchase. Sure, let's go there because neither of them are. I don't think that was even available in the purchase.
Louisiana Purchase was not. Florida's not part of Louisiana.
Yeah,
Purchase.
it wasn't.
I just want to keep saying
that was
it.
the West Coast.
Wait, what? No, Louisiana Purchase was Louisiana all the way up north.
California.
No. It was the middle of the U.S.
Pretty sure it went up to Oregon.
It did not. It absolutely did not. It absolutely was not. I promise. It was the Midwest and the North, like all the way to like maybe Montana.
Wait, shh, do you hear that? That's the
It's
sound of people
people
carrying. Damn it! You
Gotcha.
took my joke, you
Gotcha.
bastard.
All right. Anyways, why don't we talk about the damn Jaguars and the damn
Do
Dolphins?
we have to? This game has no, except for the Dolphins barely being able to play in
You
the
like the
playoffs.
Dolphins uniforms? Talk about those.
I like their classics. I hate their originals.
Hey, look, the Louisiana Purchase.
Oh.
Uh,
See, and this is me caring. I have no facial reaction whatsoever.
Anyways,
Back to the game. Things that matter in the world. Football.
like football.
Yeah, well, as we say that, it sounds kind of redundant, doesn't it?
Yeah. All right. So I like Jaguars to win this game. They call it an upset. I call it two bad teams playing each other. But Miami has a chance to make
I'm saying the Jaguars play spoiler.
You want to know something funny?
Mm-hmm.
The Miami Dolphins might finish 8-8. The funny part about this...
Why is that funny?
I'll tell you why. Because the Miami Dolphins finish 8-8 every single year. Forever. Since the beginning of time, they finish 8-8. And they are 7-7 right now. They're going to finish 8-8, Jeff. You know they are. I know they are. You
think they're going to at least win one more game?
Yeah, they'll win one game, but it won't be this game. What do you think?
So they're going to win next week?
Mm-hmm. Probably.
So they're playing the Bills next week. You saying they're going to beat them?
Yes. All right, so what do you see happening? You like Jaguars in this game too?
Yes, I like the Jaguars. 17-14.
All right, so let's move on. Actually, you know what? Before we move on, we need to go to a break. Before we do that, I need to talk to you about Audible. What is Audible? Audiobooks, they inspire us, they motivate us, and they bring us closer. And there's no better place to listen to them than with Audible. Get your first audiobook free along with 2 selected Audible original titles and exclusive fitness programs when you start a 30-day trial. So take the time to listen on Audible. Visit audible.com/GSMC book or text GSMC book to 500 to get started today. Again, please check out Audible, and that code is GSMC book. And again, you can text that right away to 500 to get started today.
What happens to your decision-making when you drink? Well, after one drink, you feel confident. A few more, and calling your ex at 1 a.m. seems like a great idea. And you're pretty sure the secret to a great taco is 4-day-old macaroni. The bottom line, drunk you doesn't make great decisions. So you're risking a DUI or worse if you count on him to get you home. Plan before you party. Get home safe. Brought to you by Washington.
Welcome back to the GSMC football podcast. We're finishing up our Week 16 games. We just finished talking about the Jaguars and the Miami Dolphins.
Is it the Jaguars or the Jaguars?
Wads. I think they're called the Jaguars in the paper when they were playing the Broncos that one time when the Broncos were first place in the AFC.
Oh.
That was in 99, I want to say.
Uh-huh.
Oh, no, it was 96. It was like one of their first years. Anyways,
All right.
All
right.
What else? Where were we? Okay.
The Jets.
The Jets and the Packers.
Oh, boy.
At the Meadowlands. The new Meadowlands.
In New Jersey?
Yes.
All right. So Aaron Rodgers will be playing, apparently. He will not be getting shut down for the rest of the season. Do you think that's a good move that he's playing, or do you think that they're kind of foolish for rolling him out there?
On a wheelchair, just legitimately rolling him out there.
What do you think?
I don't know. Apparently, they don't really like people don't like Aaron Rodgers, so maybe they're hoping for something. I'm not sure.
I went to the mall yesterday. I was at Macy's. No, I was at JCPenney. And there was a advertisement, a billboard inside of JCPenney, so like a picture, and it was of Izod, the brand, and Aaron Rodgers is standing right there. I thought that was interesting.
You're lying, right?
Mm-mm. He's a spokesman for Izod, the brand Izod.
He was there.
No, the picture of him.
Okay, I thought you said he was there.
Come on, Jeff, you got to pay attention. So what's up with this Jets-Packers game? What do you see happening?
I sometimes tune you out like your wife does.
She never does.
Oh.
You just tune out life.
Yeah?
Yeah.
That's accurate.
Mm-hmm. That's what video gamers do, you know. They just detach and don't come back.
Wow, just insult.
Hey, what do you see
90%
happening
of
in
the
this game?
population.
90%? That's a lot. Anyways, Jets, Packers,
2010 Jets.
Anything you want to add here, or are we just going to... That's it? Cool. Good talk. I have the Jets winning this game. I have the Jets winning this game as well.
You didn't even let me get a chance to respond.
Oh, I gave you plenty of chances.
I know.
Jets win 27-24. I just think they care about this game a little bit more. Man, the Packers are bad. Like, let's be honest. They're not just having a bad year. They're just not a good football team. Can we admit that? That's right?
Yeah.
They're both bad football teams. So I'll take the one with the young quarterback who has something to prove, and they're at home. 27-24.
Well, the Packers are technically also on the bottom of their division, kind of like the Jets are, but the Lions are below them just because of the one draw they had against Minnesota. Mm-hmm. So that's just how that's working out. But yeah, the Jets are going to win this game. I don't see the Packers. Honestly, it's time to accept the fact they're rebuilding.
Yeah. All right. So we got to go to this is a tasty matchup, the next one we're going to talk about. How about the Houston Texans traveling to Philadelphia to face Nick Foles and the resurgent Philadelphia Eagles? Will the Eagles win this game, Jeff? Are they going to keep riding the Nick Foles magic?
Yes, I honestly do think so. They're going to win this game 28-24.
So do you understand that with your predictions right now, if the Bucs beat the Cowboys and the Eagles beat the Texans, the door is open for the Eagles to win the division. That's why you picked these ones, huh? You just want all this crazy stuff to happen in Week 17?
I just want to see Nick Foles, the Arizona alum like myself, do so all over again.
That's where it is, folks.
No, honestly,
there's the bias.
But honestly,
I didn't even think about that. How naive of me.
And honestly, I kind of want to see how the world will react if he gets in the playoffs.
You just want Nick Foles to win. Now I get it. All makes sense.
Okay.
However, Jeff, you will be heartbroken because DeAndre Hopkins and that offense is going to put up some points. The Texans are going to win. It's going to be a close game, 31-27. DeAndre Hopkins, I'm telling you right now, there's no answers for this guy. Would you say he's the best wide receiver in the NFL? If you had to pick a receiver right now if you were starting a team and you could have your choice of any wide receiver, who do you pick?
Probably DeAndre Hopkins.
I do too. I know that sounds a little crazy, but
no, he might be. It would be
like him or Julio or Antonio. Yeah,
I would even consider Tyreek Hill.
I'm gonna go Hopkins because I know that Hopkins is like a red zone threat and he's an all around threat, so I give him the advantage over Tyreek Hill. But I like Hopkins. Texans win 31-27. So what's next team? What about the Battle of Ohio? Can we do the Battle of Ohio next?
Bengals and Browns. Do we have to?
Mm-hmm. The winner gets Ohio.
Well,
the other gets to live.
I think Ohio State still has Ohio.
The other gets to move to Columbus.
No, wow. A fate worse than death, I think? I don't know.
And be the second biggest football team in the city.
I see what you did there. I thought you were I don't understand what you're going with for there. But give me the better team, and that's the Browns.
The Cleveland Browns, baby. This is not your uncle's Cleveland Browns. This is not your grandfather's Cleveland Browns. This is the new Cleveland Browns. I like the Browns 38-23. They're going to blow out Cincinnati. They're going to blow out Cincinnati. Cleveland fans are going to be rubbing it in their faces. I think it'll be a fun time for every Browns fan. It's been such a tough go at it, but they're at home. They're facing Jeff Driscoll. 38-23 Browns.
Yeah. Well, I said 31-20 Browns.
Let's go to the desert.
No. Are you insane? Fine. Let's go to the Rams and Cardinals. 11-3 versus 3-11. Obviously, the favorites are the Cardinals, the much better team.
You mean the Rams?
No, I mean the Cardinals. I mean, look at their stats. 13 points a game, allow 375 yards a game. I mean, this team just looks borderline unstoppable to getting the first pick in the draft.
Ha!
Got ya. Mm-hmm. In your face.
So, Rams win?
Yes.
What do you think? Big score? Are they going to get their offense back on track?
17-7 because of how good the Cardinals passing defense is. I'm giving them still 17 points.
What if Todd Gurley doesn't play? Do you think that there could be a chance for an upset here if Todd Gurley doesn't play? That really hurts their offense if he doesn't play. That's a bigger loss to me than Kareem Hunt not playing for the Chiefs any further.
All right,
in my opinion.
Touche, but I still got...
Goff's been having a really terrible go at it lately.
Oh, 2 games ain't the end
Three.
of the world. Okay, 3 games.
Three bad games.
4 games. 5, 6, 17 games isn't the end of the world.
3 games, though. I mean, it is like, kind of a thing now, right? Like the Rams' offense has looked very poor. Not even average, just bad. But you do like the Rams? You said, what was the score you said?
17-7.
I like the Rams too. It's 23-16. I think it'll be an ugly football game. But ultimately, I don't think the Cardinals can score enough points to win this game, to be honest. So,
honestly, I'm agreeing with you on that one.
Like I don't think the Rams are going to do anything like awesome in this game. Like I don't think they're going to look like a juggernaut. But like the Cardinals, you just said it. The Cardinals are averaging 13 points a game, and the Rams defense can make plays. Aaron Donald, I think, is going to be a nuisance in this game, big time. We know that the interior line for Arizona is one of the worst in the NFL. Now imagine them trying to stop Sue and Donald. I don't see it happening, so Rams win.
Sonald. That's their relationship name.
Mm-hmm.
Or would it be like... No, it would be their last names, right? That's how they do it? You mix up their last names?
It could be. A celebrity name could be whatever.
So Aaron Donald and Ndamukong Suh, I can't do their first names. Sonald or Do?
I don't know.
Okay, we'll go Sonald.
Isn't it duh? Because it'd be D-U-H. I know it said Sue, but it's S-U-H.
Well, you got to go by how it's pronounced.
All right, yeah, I agree with you. All right, how about maybe the game of the weekend too? Saints, Steelers. Let's talk about that, man. That's a big game.
One team looks to get a first round bye. The other team just looks to be in the playoffs by the skin of their teeth.
Steelers, man. They had a big win last week, though. You got to give them credit, right? Beating the Patriots.
Talk about an ugly game.
But they needed it. If they would have lost that game, setting up this game against the Saints, that would have been bad.
Did you just have a stroke?
No.
Okay, good.
I just had a brain fart.
It's okay. But the main question is, how are the Steelers going to bounce from a big win to even a bigger win?
They're going into the Superdome. Do you think the Saints will lose at home to Big Ben?
Let's put it this way. No, I don't.
Score.
35-21 Saints.
That's a big win. I like the Saints as well, but I do think it'll be close. The offenses are still kind of like sputtering to me. 27-24 is the score I have for the Saints. I think they win. I think the Steelers make it really interesting at the end. I wouldn't be surprised if the Steelers have a chance to win at the end of the game, but comes up short. Maybe a Boswell miss because he does that. He's already done that 12 times this year. He's missed 12 field goals. He's still on an NFL team, which is crazy to say.
Well, okay, in his defense, the guys that are not on NFL teams have missed like 35 field goals.
I'm sorry, but you missed 12 in 1 year.
But how many times have a kicker...
I feel like Robbie Gould has missed 12 in his entire career.
Every kicker has missed a field goal this year. Like a lot of.
I'm not even including his PATs too.
But I'm including the fact that like there's so many kickers right now that have been choking.
But 12, Jeff?
I know, it's shocking.
That is so many. That is insane. 27-24 Saints. All right, how about we talk about the Vikings and Lions?
Okay, we could do Vikings and Lions.
Mm-hmm. Let's go.
Do we have to?
Yes.
All right.
Come on.
Give me the Vikes.
I like the Vikes too. Your score?
21-20.
27-20.
27-20. Sorry, I read it wrong. I read my scores wrong.
27-20. I got 30-13. Vikings win. I don't think it'll be close. The Vikings need this game. I feel like the Lions have already checked out. They're already in the postseason, in my opinion.
They need this win to stay alive.
We got 3 more games, though. Let's get through these, huh? The Bears and the 49ers.
Yeah, Bears. No question.
No question, huh? No question at all.
Nick Mullins is fighting for a starting job.
Mullins.
Honestly, like...
Man, he's not fighting for a starting job. Come on.
Hey, hear me out.
He's not going to even go into the camp as possibly starting.
What if you trade Garoppolo for 3 first-round picks?
You can't. No team's taking that trade.
You don't think any teams could offer? Well, what about 2 first-round picks in a second?
Garoppolo's coming off a huge injury. He started only 7 games in his career, or 9 games in his career now. I don't think anybody's given up more than one
And Mullins'
draft.
stats are better than Garoppolo's have.
They are not.
They are. Are you kidding
That
me?
is false. That is
check him then.
incredibly incorrect.
His games this season against.
However, even if that was to be true,
Garoppolo did not throw one 400-yard game.
even if that was to be true,
It is true.
are you like out your mind right now? Like, are you actually saying that Mullins is a better quarterback?
I'm not
than
saying
Jimmy
he was a better
Garoppolo?
quarterback. His stats are better.
So what is your point?
I'm saying is that something to look at though. Because
No.
because if he goes to another team, becomes this amazing quarterback, and Garoppolo doesn't come
Nick
up,
Mullins looks like a career backup quarterback. That's what he looks like.
Man, you're just negative.
No, I'm just speaking truthfully. He looks like a starting quarterback in the NFL.
Well, he's been playing a lot better than a lot of other starting quarterbacks.
Some, yeah.
So I wouldn't be
Josh Johnson for sure.
I wouldn't be surprised if I see him starting next season with the team.
Yeah, I think he'll be on the Niners for the next couple of years as a backup. But let's be honest, even if he lights it up the next 2 weeks, there's not a camp battle that's happening. Jimmy Garoppolo is the unquestioned starter until he's not, But with that said, is Mullins going to go light up that Bears defense or what?
I don't think so. The Bears defense is too good right now, and they're looking for a possible first-round bye if they get lucky.
They're right there, man. Yeah, they're one of the better playing teams.
But give me a competitive matchup. I'd say 27-17.
Yeah, I'm with you. 26-16 is what I have. Pretty much same score. I think we kind of see
26?
How do you get to 26?
I guess 20 points and then a lot of field goals.
Yeah, 3 field goals. Maybe the Niners defense clamps down a little bit in red zone. I don't know. There's been hella weird scores this year, huh?
Mm-hmm.
Like, what was that? The 49ers game, 40-16 against Seattle, was the first time in NFL history that score landed on that, which was weird.
There's been a couple of years. There's been like the first time ever that scores happened.
It's because like missed extra points and then like people going for 2 a lot more. Like, there's been weird things that have happened to. You see scores like 22, 23, 25. So maybe 26. All right. So what about the Seahawks-Chiefs? That's a big game.
Yes.
Sunday Night Football.
Sunday night party.
So you're going to hear Chris Collinsworth go, now here's a guy.
Okay, we got to stop making. I think he's not that bad.
He's pretty bad.
He's not that. I feel
Russell
like he's
Wilson. Now here's a guy that can just get out of the pocket. All right. Anyways, who do you like in this
there's
game?
worse people than him though.
Who do you like in this game?
But give me the Chiefs. Like they need this win to keep their first round bye
Oh
hopes
boy.
alive. So
Boy.
Give me a 38-28 Chiefs.
Oh wow,
victory.
you like the Chiefs to blow out the Seattle Seahawks?
Not really
huh?
a 10-point game. Isn't really a blowout.
Double digits in the NFL is a pretty easy win. Pretty easy win. 38-20. Okay, I like Seattle in upset, man. I just like the fact that they're able to run the football. I think they can control the clock. I think they can control the flow of the game. 30-27 Seattle. I think Janikowski kicks them into a win and kicks them into the playoffs. Jeff, we got one more game, and it is the most exciting game ever. The Broncos at Oakland.
Ooh. Gosh, this game I do not care about at all.
So, who do you see winning?
Give me the Broncos 24-17.
Broncos have been stumbling lately. They look bad. The Raiders have looked better in recent weeks. And it might be the last game ever played in Oakland. It might be the last game ever played at the Oakland Coliseum. At least football. I think they win. I think there's
going to be a lot of booing.
I think there might be a little bit of booing, but there will be a full house there. I think Derek Carr, it means a lot to him to win this game against their most hated rival. I think it's fitting that they're playing their most hated rival in possibly their last game in the Oakland Coliseum. Raiders 27, Broncos 24.
Well, that's your opinion.
Mm-hmm. Book it, guys. Bet on it.
Yes, but we are going to take a short break. When we get back...
See what I did there?
Nope.
Book it.
Yeah, I'm going to just no-sell that. But what would it look like if we all listened more? Listening to audiobooks inspires us, motivates us, even brings us closer, and there's no better place to listen than Audible. Audible has the largest selection of audiobooks on the planet, and now Audible members get more than ever before. Each month, they get 3 titles of their choice. 1 audiobook, 2 Audible originals, and fitness programs they can't get anywhere else. There's never been a better time to experience Audible. Try free for 30 days by visiting audible.com/GSMCbook or by texting the code GSMCbook to 500 500. Once again, that's audible.com/GSMCbook or by texting the code GSMCbook to 500-500.
What happens to your decision-making when you drink? Well, after one drink, you feel confident. A few more, and calling your ex at 1 a.m. seems like a great idea. And you're pretty sure the secret to a great taco is 4-day-old macaroni. The bottom line, drunk you doesn't make great decisions. So you're risking a DUI or worse if you count on him to get you home. Plan before you party. Get home safe. Brought to you by Washington Targets.
Welcome back to the GSMC Football Podcast. We finished talking about our Week 16 matchups, and now we're going to a bit of a hot seat as Vance Joseph, the Denver Broncos head coach, is believed to be on a hot seat after 2 very disappointing seasons. And I think a lot of people are thinking that's going to be the end for him. There was actually one coach at the end of one of the games that they defeated the Broncos. He goes, "Way to go, Vance, you effing idiot." Quoting a head coach.
That was Bill O'Brien, right?
That was Bill O'Brien against Texans versus Broncos.
I do remember that.
As soon as I saw that, I'm like, he is going to be done by the end of this season. When a coach calls you an idiot on the opposite side of the field, that's saying something.
I don't know, though, man. Like, did he really do anything to screw up?
I feel like he wasted clock, so he...
I mean, he kicked a field goal and they missed.
But it was like a long field goal. He didn't try to go closer. I think that was the issue.
Yeah, maybe.
It was like a 50-some-odd yarder.
Yeah, I feel like that was a little harsh by Bill O'Brien, but hey, it was the heat of the moment. So, anyways, Vance Joseph is currently 11-19, going into the last 2 games. What do you think about this?
But there are reports that he will be fired by the end of the season. Per
Yes.
Mike Florio of Pro Football Talk says he will be fired by the end of the season, which I'm gonna confidently believe.
Yeah, I think he's gone. But do you put the failures of the Broncos the last 2 years on the coach, or do you put the failures maybe on...
You got to put it on the coach.
What about management, man? Like, that's not a very good football team.
Yeah, but I don't know. I just have to put the coach on there, too.
I'm not saying that he's phenomenal by any means, but, like, is he just the sacrificial lamb here, like, because of the organizational failures? Like, who have they drafted in the last couple of years? You know, they struck gold with Philip Lindsay. They picked Royce Freeman first. He hasn't really shown that he's a 3rd-round pick. Garrett Bowles, the lineman, I know they picked. Bradley Chubb looks like a good pick with Von Miller. But their quarterback is Case Keenum. Who was their quarterback last year? Trevor Siemian.
Oh, Jesus.
Like, he didn't pick Vance Joseph didn't pick Trevor Siemian. And let's be real. That's a pretty terrible starting quarterback to go into a season with. He had Trevor Siemian. Who else? Paxton Lynch started a game. Jesus, he's not even on an NFL team right now.
Yeah.
I don't know, man. Like, I see what you're saying. Vance Joseph doesn't strike me as the best coach in the world, but I think it's bigger than that. John Elway has been he won a Super Bowl, but that team's been going downhill since that game, right? Since that Super Bowl.
That's accurate. And, like, I think ever since when when Manning said he was going to retire, they were done. That was the end.
I mean, Vance Joseph has had Trevor Siemian, Paxton Lynch, Case Keenum in the last 2 years. That's tough. I don't know if any coach could survive with those quarterbacks. What do you think?
True.
Like, what would Bill Belichick's record be if he had that team?
Who knows? He might actually be successful.
He'd probably have a few more wins, but do you think he'd be like 500? Because I don't know if he'd be better than that. It's hard.
Well, we will never know, but it could be possible.
All right, so
Any other coaches we should talk about that?
Well, is Denver an attractive job?
It doesn't seem to be. Not as attractive as like Cleveland or
Green Bay.
Green Bay, yeah.
What?
I would rather go to Cleveland than Denver.
Much
more talented young team that has tons.
Cleveland's
of
on the up and up, yeah, for sure. But with that being said, Jeff, Cleveland doesn't have any track record of being successful. Whereas, at least with John Elway, the Broncos are a relevant team. Yes, they've had a couple of bad seasons now, but they're a team that's also been to a couple of Super Bowls this decade, and a franchise that's known for having some success.
Mm-hmm. True, very
true. So does that matter? Like, if you're a coach on the market, does Denver having that history, that prestige, mean anything to you?
No, it's all about
because there still is a stigma about Cleveland, right?
It's all about the future, my friend, and Cleveland has the brighter future of any of these three teams.
Right, but couldn't you say that, man? It's still Cleveland. Like, until they have a winning season, they're still Cleveland. You know what I mean? Like, it's still we can't just say that like the Browns are destined to be a great team.
Yeah,
right?
but they're
I see what you're saying, and I am excited about their team too. I am excited about their roster, but it's Cleveland. You could see them. What did we say earlier in the year? Browning it up, right?
Well, I'm taking that back
because Hugh's gone. Hugh's gone, so
it was basically hewing it up. That's what it was.
You could definitely hew it up. That's for sure. The Browns hewed it up for a couple of years, few years, too many years.
Yeah, and honestly, like if there were some people that are on the hot seat, I feel like signing Nathan Peterman would put you on the hot seat. John Gruden. Mm-hmm. But it's not actually true. But can you imagine if like Vance Joseph was like, let's sign Nathan Peterman? He'd be gone like that.
Mm-hmm.
So there's only one coach in the NFL that could have gotten away with that, and that was John Gruden. But other coaches on the hot seat, do you see any other coaches on the seat that's hot?
I would say Adam Gase, Miami. If they don't make it, I could see him being gone.
Absolutely. Like I mean, he made the playoffs like a couple years ago, right? And
do you think he's a good coach?
Not really.
But do you think that he's done a good job this year?
Mediocre.
He won games with, I don't want to say his name, but you know his name.
Brock Osweiler.
Yeah, but what's his name?
No, it's Brock Osweiler. I'm not saying what you're wanting me to say.
Give me one of two nicknames for him.
What was the second one besides the other? The one about the sides of a certain circle.
Uh-huh.
What's the other one?
An 8-sided circle? Is that what you're saying?
What's the other one?
The month.
Oh, right. That's
for
right.
October.
And you said it, and now you're going to jail.
Yep. Adam Gase, I thought, man, how is this team honestly, though, I think he's done a good job with this team being 500. He had Osweiler for most of the year, Tannehill, Kenyon Drake, Frank Gore, Kalen Ballage, Kenny Stills, like this.
You know what's the big factor here is they want to win and win now, and he's not been doing that. This team wants instant gratification.
What other hot seats?
Bill Belichick. I'm kidding.
Yeah. What about New York? The Jets.
Todd Bowles. I was thinking like, I was about to say Rex Ryan for a second. But I'm like, wait, no, that's not right.
Todd Bowles.
Todd Bowles definitely is gone. People want his head on a stick.
There's been reports that Steve Wilkes is on the hot seat, even though this is his first year as a Cardinals coach. But there are reports that say that like he's not safe. I could see that. I wonder if they try to recruit another coach, and then if they get the one they want, then they make a move.
Oh, I could see that 100%.
Or like maybe they don't fire him until they have someone else lined up. You know.
So that's kind of slime bag, though.
It is kind of slimy. I will be the first to say that, but
actually, I was the first one to say that.
Oh, I mean,
Yeah, I know what you mean.
First one to agree with you. How about that?
Yeah. Okay.
What other seats are warm?
Oh,
the Baltimore.
I think he's gone. I think that's just a foregone conclusion.
Mm-hmm. What about Cincinnati? Marvin Lewis.
He should have been gone. He has signed a 2-year
Hugh
extension.
Jackson, he's coming.
Didn't he sign a 2-year extension?
Tell me this. How happy? Let's just say Jeff Malinoff is a Browns fan. Let's just say that, okay?
Okay.
You play your state rival Cincinnati Bengals this week, okay?
Okay.
Your Browns, who look very improved, lay a beating on the Bengals. Are you with me? So you're happy, right? Like you just beat the Bengals. All your
what
friends.
are you getting at?
Hold on. So you're happy, right? Like your team just beat the Bengals. You know a lot of people are Bengals fans. You're happy. You're rubbing it in. Tomorrow's news comes out. Marvin Lewis fired Hugh Jackson, appointed head coach. How much is that the best cherry that you could ever have on top of that Sunday if you're a Browns fan?
That would be pretty satisfying. If I'm a Bengals fan, I'm complaining so much. What are you thinking?
Oh God!
The man didn't win a game. The man won 3 games.
Wouldn't that be hilarious though?
Seasons.
You're the coach that gave you the most, the worst feelings ever, becomes your in-state rival's head coach for absolutely no reason at all. For really, to be honest. All right, what do you say we go to break?
All right, sure. We can go to break. When we get back, we'll talk about
We have some news and notes.
news, notes, quips, and trips.
I don't know what a quip is.
It's just my saying. Just let me have it. We'll be right back after
All
this.
right.
Check out the show built around the women of MMA. From the UFC to the extreme cage fighting, we got the fights covered.
Listen.
It's the Golden State Media Concepts Women's MMA Podcast. The latest news of upcoming fights, discussions of previous matches. Join us as we talk to and about the biggest names in women's mixed martial arts, past, present, and future. When it's the women's fight game, you know where to listen to. The Golden State Media Concepts Women's MMA Podcast.
Welcome back to the GSMC football podcast. Cast. What other news you have to tell us?
Cameron Jordan,
What about
defensive end for the New Orleans Saints.
Mm-hmm.
He says that Big Ben is not one of the top 5 quarterbacks in his own generation. Do you agree or disagree? So Brady, you got to put Brady Manning. Brady Manning. Rodgers.
Okay.
Breeze.
Yeah, I would agree with that.
That's 4 that I could think of right away.
And he says what again?
That he's not a top 5 in his generation. Is there another quarterback that you'd put ahead of Big Ben? And, of course, I'm not saying they have to play the same amount of years as Ben, but, at least a majority crossover, a majority of Ben's
Kurt
career.
Warner.
What about, I know this guy doesn't have as much success, but Philip Rivers?
Talent-wise, I would agree.
Yeah, I'm not, I don't know, what he's...
All right, are
what
we
his
looking at
actual-
success or are we looking at talent?
Because success, you'd have to put Eli up there, too, right? If it was success...
But Eli's not top 5. No way, no how.
Mm-hmm.
I would put... Well, Philip Rivers was picked before Ben Roethlisberger.
He was.
So technically, if you're looking
They were
at
all in the same draft. Eli, Big Ben, Philip.
Yeah. It was...
Riv.
It was...
It was the night before Christmas.
And all who... Around that... I'm Jewish, so I don't know the story.
Mm-hmm.
Anyways, definitely debatable, but I can see it being on either side.
Mm-hmm.
But I would have to put him outside my top 5.
So you agree with Cam Jordan?
I do.
It is interesting. It sparked
And
a little
I
bit.
don't want to disagree with the
Why
man.
would he give him bulletin board material like that, though?
Okay, and I don't want to disagree with the man because he's frightening.
Cameron Jordan?
Yeah.
Have you seen what he looks like?
He's a defensive end. So
I know, but have you seen him?
Yeah.
He's very interesting looking. With that mustache.
What is that supposed to mean?
Look at him. Look at what he looks like lately. Because I saw him being interviewed at his locker. He looks like a fun character. That's for sure. A lot different than when he first was drafted. I'll pull it up for you, but
he looks like he's been arrested in that picture. He's wearing like a jumpsuit, it looks like.
Oh my god.
Doesn't it?
He's an interesting cat, that's for sure. He also jumped out of a swimming pool and landed on the side of the pool.
That's impressive.
That is one of the coolest viral videos I've ever seen.
Do you remember that fantasy football commercial where Maurice Jones-Drew jumps out of the buried sand? Like he powers out of it?
I don't think I've seen that, or I remember that.
It was insane. It's not real, but it was awesome.
So Todd Gurley has not practiced at all this week, hasn't ran. The Rams signed C.J. Anderson. They released Pharaoh Cooper, who was a very good special teams player for them, to make room for C.J. Anderson. Do you think Todd Gurley will play? And do you think he should play?
He shouldn't and won't because they already have their division champion. I know they're still fading first round bye, but if you C.J. Anderson's talented, so why risk further injuring your best player? Play it safe. Wait until the postseason, then let him explode.
The only argument against it is, he gives them the best chance to win. And yes, they're playing the Cardinals, but every game in the NFL can be difficult. There are really, truly no easy games. Sometimes there are easy results.
Just this game is not worth putting him at risk.
But if they lose, then they lose their opportunity.
They won't lose.
Have you seen that offense play the last couple weeks?
But look at the team they're playing. I know the defense for the Cardinals is good.
Okay, so let me ask you this.
Offensively, this Cardinals team can't score on anybody, so I'd say I give the favorite to the Rams.
The Rams played an Eagles team, a bad defensive Eagles team, and couldn't score enough points. They looked very bad for most of that game. I don't know, man. I get what you're saying. It should be an easy win. I get it. But this offense has been struggling, and they don't have any confidence right now. Jared Goff looks horrible. He looks absolutely horrible lately. I know this because fantasy football purposes. But, in addition to actually watching him just kind of get in his own way. Oh, that play last week where he falls down and then throws the ball 2 feet and it lands in the opponent's hands. Come on, man. Come on, man. Anyways, Keenan Allen, Melvin Gordon expected to play for the Chargers. If they don't play, do you think the Ravens can snag a win?
Sure.
Sure?
Sure.
Sure?
Sure.
That's it? That's all you got?
Yep.
All right, well, that's all we got for today.
Thank you so much for joining us, everybody, and please tune us in on next Thursday. I will be here. Mark won't because he's a good, dirty cheater. I'm kidding.
Winning's winning. Cheat, whatever.
But we will see. I will see you on Thursday, or Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, excuse me, and Mark will not be here. He'll be with family, and then we will all be back next Monday in 2019.
Hey, no, Monday is still 2018. 31st.
It'll be the end of... Okay, granted.
I'll see you before next year.
I hate when people say, I'll see you next year. I'm like, no, next... I know
it's like a dad joke.
I'll see you next year. It's such a dad joke. I hate it. My dad, my dad doesn't say that. It's such a dad joke.
You're like, oh yeah, we'll get together in 2 weeks. All right, well, I'll see you next year, bud.
Yeah. Oh, okay. I'll actually don't see you in a year because I don't like you anymore.
You just want when they say, you just like,
yeah. I'll be like, yeah, I'm not friends with you anymore. Goodbye. All right. Have a good Christmas vacation, everybody.
You've been listening to the Golden State Media Concepts Football Podcast, part of the Golden State Media Concepts Podcast Network. You can find this show and others like it at www.gsmcpodcast.com. Download our podcast on iTunes, Stitcher, SoundCloud, and Google Play. Just type in GSMC to find all the shows from the Golden State Media Concepts Podcast Network, from movies to music, from sports to entertainment, and even weird news. You can also follow us on Twitter and on Facebook. Thank you, and we hope you have enjoyed today's program.